Good morning and welcome to Renew, a daily devotional for you. My name is Jessica DeJean and I am a member of Mainland Baptist Church in the College and Career Ministry. Today's devotional is entitled The Fruitful Season, and it'll be coming out of Psalm 1 verses 1 through 3. And that reads, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. William Wilberforce probably did more than anyone else to end the slave trade in England and her colonies. Despite being right about the awfulness of slavery, Wilberforce found few allies in the fight. It took many years of effort and a willingness to keep going in the face of one defeat after another. One of the encouragements he turned to was a letter John Wesley had wrote him not long before Wesley had died. Wesley said, Unless the divine power has raised you up, I see not how you go through the glorious enterprise in opposing that slavery which is the scandal of religion, of England, and of human nature. Unless God has raised you up for this very thing, you will be worn out by the opposition of men and devils. But if God be for you, who can be against you? Are all of them together stronger than God? Oh, be not weary of well-doing, but on in the name of God and in the power of his might, the Slavery Abolition Act gained the votes to pass 3 days before Wilberforce died. God does not work on our timetable. He promises that anyone who delights in his word will flourish, but even the trees of righteousness only bear fruit in season. There is a certain time of harvest, but it is only enjoyed by those who continue faithfully until they see the promises fulfilled. Do not be discouraged just because you have not seen the harvest. And today's growth principle, never give up your hope until you reach the season of harvest. Now, I very much enjoyed this devotional. There are a few other verses that come to mind after reading this devotional. First is the verse that tells us to pray without ceasing. Secondly, from Romans 8:31, which was stated in the letter given to Wilberforce, what shall we then say to these things? If God be for us, who can be against us? God is greater than anything that we can imagine, and just because we may not see the results when we want to see them does not mean God is not working on it, and it doesn't mean that God is not putting us in place to continue his work. And also, kind of the theme of the entire devotional from Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And the verses after that continue into, the time to be born and all those other seasons of things that we go through in life. So we just need to continue to pray and continue to have faith and continue to push forward in everything, because God doesn't give us anything more than we can handle, but we have to handle those things with him and his timing, not our timing, but his timing. We will see the results of our faithfulness flourish. So thank you for joining me today for this morning's Renew, and we'll see you again tomorrow.